y'all.
It's like, who's going to talk first?
We were waiting for the sound. And also, before we started the show, before Poodle pressed record, we stretched and popped our necks like two bottoms that were about to suck some dicks, like that were going to get a basketball team. And we were like, these
days you have to stretch.
You do. I got to do Pilates before I take some D.
I remember one time a guy was like pounding me. And I was on my stomach, and he kept pulling my neck up to kiss me as it was. And the next day, it was like someone had put me in the fucking medieval rack.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love.
Do-do-do-do.
Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
I had to get a massage just after some dicking. Y'all, that's what 40 is. When you have to get a massage.
True. Welcome to 90 Day Gays. Welcome to 90 Day Gays.
I still like the person who said, at first I was really turned off by the frank sexual content. Then I got used to it.
Then I got used to it.
We're sex positive here.
We are sex positive.
Yep. Welcome to 90 Day Gays. This is Toe. This is Toe.
Toe the other way. Season 2, episode 19, Fight or Flight. My name's Maddie. I'm Matt Marr, aka Maddie. And with me is she's a bitch, but she's my bitch, Jake Anthony, aka Poodle.
Hello. I'm not your bitch. No one owns me. How dare you?
She just got so offended. Y'all, okay, so a couple little things to remind you. First of all,
announcements.
Y'all have I wish we had that like xylophone like the principal does in Greece. Y'all have come at us this week about Southern Charm. If you keep seeing on Twitter or on Facebook when people are saying, I'm here for the Civil War letter reenactments.
That's because those are our Southern Charm podcasts. Those you will not hear Civil War letter readings done in 90 Day Fiancé, unfortunately.
Y'all, I will say they are very dirty letters that Poodle Boudreaux. Wait, what did I say? What was her name? Poodle
Boudreaux Remington, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my ancestor. I like Poodle, Remington as a name.
Poodle Boudreaux
like guns.
Sounds like what?
Like ammunition.
Yes. And so Remington. Anyway, we've had fun doing that. If you're confused about that and you want to listen to it, the only way you can is download the Southern Charm podcast. It's a separate
Beauregard. They usually begin that way.
They do. And there usually is well, I'll let you hear for yourself, but they're disgusting.
My center has yet to feel your warm touch in the last few winter months. I have taken to growing moss on it down there.
Wow.
It goes on from there.
Just stop. And so there's even music. But so be sure to check that out. The way you listen to Southern Charm, which this season's really good so far, is you click on that little show link in your show notes, y'all, because it's a separate podcast. We put the first episode in this.
Sweet Tea. That's the name of the podcast.
Yeah, I think we'll put this
wearing Scarlett O'Hara costumes. You can't.
Yes, I think I'll put the second episode in the feed as well, just because Some of you Carl's wives are still a little confused about it, and we'll mention it for the last time. Just subscribe. Y'all, it's
there was some people in the Facebook group who were still asking where it was. So
Poodle, how easy is it to subscribe though?
Some idiot, even an idiot like me can do it. You go to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or wherever the fuck you get your podcast, and you go and you search Sweet Tea, not TEA, but like the letter T, Sweet, capital T, and you will find us. Our faces will come up looking confused.
It's true. I think if you even enter in our name,
90 Day Gays.
No, not 90 Day Gays. I think if you even enter in like Jake Anthony or Matt Marr, you will find
You'll get Sweet Tea.
You'll get Sweet Tea. So be sure to subscribe to that.
Southern Charm. I think you might get that.
I don't know. That would be not good if people looked for Southern Charm and couldn't find it.
Isn't it in the name though? Isn't it in the name?
It's so funny. You look up Jake Anthony and you can't find Sweet Tea. So I guess we need to work on that.
What?
Maybe that's why we can't find it. Y'all, we're gonna do our due diligence.
Really?
Can
you not?
Y'all, we need some guy named Clark to be our tech person.
Oh my God, you don't. Nothing comes up.
I know.
I'm like a blank slate.
Oh God,
I'm a blank slate, baby.
So anyway, we're having fun. Come at us on that. You guys, we
didn't come up for Southern Charm.
What?
We don't come up for Southern Charm. I think my app's fucked up.
Okay, we'll work on this. You guys, we've got our Plathville episode dropping this week.
It's gonna come on Tuesday night. It'll probably drop Wednesday.
Yes.
Y'all, so only 6 episodes of season 1 are on. I think it's Hulu. You can watch everything on Hulu, or you can buy it on Amazon, whatever the fuck you want to. It is totally worth the buy. The star is, of course, Moriah. And I call her Moriah because her name is spelled Moriah.
That's not Mariah, y'all. That's Moriah.
That is Moriah.
Moriah.
And she will never be known as Mariah to me. She will be Moriah.
We're excited. That's gonna happen we'll put that on Wednesday. That's in our Gatreon, y'all. That's gonna be at the $5 tier. So anybody in the Gatreon at any tier will be able to listen to the Plathville episodes.
Yeah, if you're at the $8 tier level, you get Plathville. If you're at the $15 level tier, you get Plathville. Everybody gets Plathville.
Everybody gets Plathville. We're also gonna we've announced that we're continuing to do Love After Lockup. The finale is this week. And we've announced that we will be doing Life After Lockup. But to catch us up to speed on everything, we're going to be doing a crossover with Cray Cray about it. So they're going to...
That'll drop somewhere around when the new episode airs.
Yeah, that'll... Probably next week that'll drop, right? Don't you think?
The week after.
Yeah, something like that. Just that's going to drop on the free feed and on our Patreon, so that'll be coming. We love Kyle and Kim, so I said, can you educate Poodle and I on these people that we don't know, way we'll know, and we don't have to watch 59 episodes of season 2. And she she literally said, "Oh my God, I need this shot of fun in this show." So she's wonderful. Kim and Kyle are wonderful.
We'll do a little research, y'all, but I'm not watching all that. No, it's much easier for people to tell you what you've missed out on.
It's true.
It's like the Trump presidency.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Now, also, lastly, y'all, we've got to name our news. We've got to name our names. We can't be 90 Day Gay anymore. We got to rename our show.
We got to rename. So because Discovery came for us with understandably, because our logo was closed. And the reason why they didn't come from any of the other shows, people were asking, are they going to come for Cray Cray? Are they going to come for, first they came for blah, blah, blah.
I know, it's true.
They're all fine because they didn't try to trademark their name.
We just thought we would be good in trademark, and it kicked us in the ass. So we're changing our name, and the way that you can help in that is you can click on the show notes, and you can enter in what you think the name of our new podcast to be. You have until December 4th to do this. And we were going to pick the top winners, and the top person that gets chosen if
winner.
If you're the winner, and we also, because look, y'all, Poodle at his or her own discretion can decide not to use any of the winning names if you don't think, if Poodle doesn't like them. It could happen.
Because people are going to vote for him.
So people are going to vote for him, but if Poodle doesn't like it, he could still say, fuck it.
If you guys vote for something shitty, that doesn't mean I'd accept it.
He's like, fuck it, we're going to be called Dick Lickers.
I know branding, okay? I know branding.
God. And
like the Nexium girls. I know branding really well.
God. So anyway, but if we...
That's a cult reference for those who don't know it.
If
the vow.
If we choose your show... Or we choose your name, but we don't use it, we're going to give you a drizzly order, and Poodle and I are going to have a virtual brunch with you.
You get a virtual brunch.
And you know what? And I'll say this now, we'll get a little drunk. Sure.
Yeah, that's what you do at a brunch.
Yeah, that's what you do at a brunch.
Yeah, you day drink.
You day drink. Now, if you are the winning name and we end up choosing your name as the new name of our podcast,
so many rules.
We're going to fly you out to a live show in the continental United States of your choice. And this is for people in the continental United States. Unless if you're East Coast, Toronto will fly you out. And if you're West Coast, Vancouver. Will fly you out.
No,
Toronto,
like Saskatoon or some shit.
Toronto, We're not flying you to LA. That's expensive for us. But we're going to we're going to give you one plane ticket out here and then 2 tickets to the show. So if you want to bring a friend, you can, but the flight's on them, and
they're paying for their airfare.
Get your own hotel, but
they're going to get their own Spirit flight.
Exactly. And that's all of our fucking damn announcements.
No, there was one more. There was something else because there were 4.
I did. I talked about Plathville. I talked about Southern Charm, and I talked about our crossover, and then I talked about our contest.
You're right. You were right.
I wrote it down.
Thank you. But that's why it worked.
It usually doesn't.
We forget that. Good. We did that. We did that in 11 minutes. Good. Normally
what?
As in normally it takes us 15. But
I wish we had a producer that would make us those little like blue cards that would have like our logo of a chandelier screaming on the back. So that way in their video, we're just flipping through cards, reading shit.
I wonder when we'll get a producer. Even more importantly, will we listen to said producer?
Probably not. And don't come at us and say, I'll be your producer. We're not ready for this yet.
Because guess what? We can't pay you. And even if you do want to be, I take orders from no one.
Oh, I'm better at taking orders. And I will say, just because, and I don't mean this as a dig, but I just mean more as I'm a trained host because I've done a lot more hosting at first than Poodle on camera. And the bad part of that is, if you write it on a card, I'll just read it without thinking of it.
You will. That's why, because your dyslexia won't let you read anything else.
Turn my brain off and I read what's on the teleprompter like I'm supposed to.
You know what? I never turn my brain off. So what you're getting from me is very discursive, and it's what I'm thinking in the moment. So
and sometimes it's a little too much.
You get fake in Maddie, and you get real in me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the show.
Let's talk about speaking of fake. Let's talk about Brittany.
Okay, y'all.
And Yazan.
Where do we begin? We said last week, and I still believe this. I think I might have said it, but or maybe you did. But she's on Maury, and he's in real life. He's in a scary version of real life.
Yes, you said she's on Maury, and I said, but I said this is all, she's playing a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
It's a Maury Povich, Sally Jesse, Raphael. It's not even Sally Jesse. I'm not even going to disparage Sally Jesse. It's a Maury.
Don't disparage Sally Jesse.
It's Maury or that other blonde woman, and I forgot what the name of her show was, but it wasn't as interesting. What was her name?
Jenny Jones.
Yes, Jenny Jones.
Don't forget Jenny Jones. That's when she had the gay guy who had the crush on the other guy, and the guy killed him after.
Okay, so let's talk about Brittany and Yazan.
It was not a good moment for her.
It was not. Y'all.
So you keep talking. I have something to read from a sissy.
Okay, so Brittany she's still on her way to the airport, and she's like, I can't put up with this this mama's boy. I don't even want to see him. She's like, you know what? And she basically she apparently did some affirmations because on the way, the producer's like, "Are you going?" She was like, "No, this is not my worth. This is not my worth. I'm not. My worth is way above that. It's way above that. I'm not going back." She just keeps repeating things.
Yeah, it's all her. Did you notice?
Yes.
It's so awful.
And the producer's like, "So you're not going?" She's like, "No." And then,
and yet the car is still driving there.
And then 5 minutes later, she's like, "I'm going to go because it's going to be.
We're going to have a girls'
We're going to have a girls' night. I'm meeting my friend. We already bought the tickets.
We're going to go to Jordan.
The girls going out for a Jordan affair all night. They're in roller skates. Christina Applegate shows up. It's great."
I think that song has gotten more airplay just single-handedly from you than it has in at least 15 years.
I need to give Jessica Simpson a residual.
Like bad. You know if you're on a plane and they play music before you're about to take off, and it's kind of like off-center music choices. Yes. That would be a great song for a "Get Off the Fucking Plane" playlist,
especially if you're in Vegas.
Yeah. Like, girls going out for a public affair. So good. Thank you. Bye now. Get out.
Where the girls at? We gotta go to Hard Rock Hotel. That's my classy. It's my classy hotel.
Oh God, she loves the Hard. Don't you know she loves the Hard Rock Hotel?
Oh, the men, they're so muscly. They got the tattoos, and I like But I love my Bulgarian men. But where the girls at?
If you've ever been to the pool area at the Hard Rock Hotel, you will see what a living embodiment of an Ed Hardy hat is.
It's true.
It's just garbage.
You will also see nipples.
Yes.
Yeah,
like bullet wounds.
If you want to know if you're thinking about getting your tits done and you want to know what size to go and what it looks like in real life,
you'll find it there. You'll find it all for you.
Smorgasbord of what boobs you can have.
I can't find it. I wonder how she contacted me.
I don't know. Maybe
there's so many ways to contact us these days. I don't even know.
Maybe you should have saved this. By the way, shout out to Veronica, and I mean Veronica from before the 90 days, because she told us how to mark Instagram messages unread.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Oh, wait, is that the other way? No, they were before the 90 days, right? Tim was before the 90 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, Veronica, we love you. Thank you for doing that. That has been a big life. We're not tech savvy. So, okay.
I remember what she said, and I'll just say it now. Sissy Lauren contacted me via some means.
Satellite.
I don't know. Maybe she sent me a carrier pigeon. I don't know. It may have been. It wasn't cousin Olga, because she just sends me a blackbird that flies against my window.
That's how he knows. With a cigarette butt
mouth.
Yes, and a cigarette butt in its ass.
She basically said, we were talking about honor killings last week, like we do in a comedy podcast.
Sure.
And I took a very bold stance that I was against honor killings.
We both did. We did.
Well, no, you're like, you can't do that. And I was like, I think we're in agreement here that it's a bad idea.
I just want to be clear. Just want to be clear on things.
But Matty wanted to make it known that he was against honor killings, but he wasn't sure about my stance.
Well, we thought they were legal in Jordan, but apparently they're not.
They are not. They are not legal in Jordan at all. And our Sissy Lauren said, I lived there for a while. Here's the thing. In Jordan, they are not legal. And usually if they are done, it's to retain some kind of family sense of honor. Usually because she said they're cultural more than religious, because Islam does not support honor killings. So that is good to know. Even more so, she said, and when I heard Yazan's dad say, yeah, I kind of believed him when he said he was going to kill his son, he would be arrested for murder. That would be a crime. He would be charged with murder. So that's the kind of, in Jordan, he's like, but I don't think that guy scared me, but I want to make sure you guys know that they are legal in Jordan, and it's not something that just random countries do, especially a country like Jordan.
So that's
So there
not
you go.
legal.
Thank you, Sissy Lauren.
90-day goose.
The more you know.
The more you hoe.
That's the truth.
That's the truth, y'all.
Oh, I should tell you, I'm one step closer to finding my COVID bay. He got a test today. So it may be as early as what's today? It may be as early as Tuesday where I can get a bang.
Are you getting a COVID test?
I'm getting mine tomorrow.
Oh, the 17-minute one?
The one at Dodger Stadium.
Y'all, I gave permission for Poodle to fuck someone. I finally fucked someone to put it in my ass. I finally fucked someone, and they're gonna make it last.
Don't ruin that song. That's a great song.
Whatever I do, it's just got to be in the doo-doo. I think I'm gonna come. I finally found someone.
That was lovely.
When, one way that I knew that I was gay, when
you screamed, go to your mother's womb.
It's true. Because really, you think about that, Bryan Adams and Barbra Streisand, not who you expected in a duet.
No.
But the part where she goes, when he's like, I'll take my time. She's like, dude, that's fine. And the way she sings, it's so gay. But I rewound that, like, I almost broke the tape, rewinded it just to hear her do that part.
When you said, you know how I knew I was gay, I think I could give you a laundry list.
Maybe.
Of things you've told me. And I'm like, oh. And no, and no one said, faggot.
True. I mean, we're not Barbara queens. We have mad respect for her. Don't get me wrong.
I like her. I'm not a general Barbara queen, though.
But I do sometimes hear her voice, and it overwhelms my senses.
Yeah, that means you're gay. I love 60s Barbara. 60s Barbara is where it's at for me.
Y'all, Barbra Streisand's early Christmas album, you have it.
If you have a specific era of Barbra Streisand that you favor other than others, you're homosexual.
Come at us if you like Barbara, though. Let us know.
If you say, I prefer 70s Barbara over 60s Barbara or 70s Barbara over 80s Barbara, if your husband or boyfriend ever says that, you need to end that because that's good for you. Unless you're a man, then it's fine.
Or that straight contestant on Press Your Luck who loved, it was Judy Garland, bless him. Okay, so y'all, So that's what Brittany decides. She's like,
we're going to go to Jordan and have a girls trip.
We're going to have a girls trip. That's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, Yazan wrecked his car.
And not just wrecked. It's not doing well. He's sitting there in his car. And I think we got a little bit more info on what happened. He was basically saying he was trying to call her. She was hanging up on him, calling her, trying to talk to her. And that's how he wrecked his car. Still not really her problem.
He was looking at his phone, y'all. He was texting and driving.
Still not really her problem, but it makes a little more sense when he's like, I blame you for the car accident. And I don't think, not to defend too much of Yazan, because we're going to throw fucking Brittany under the bus. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I feel like he still was laying it on a little thick. Anyway,
he also, and all the sissies were commenting, I think he might have wrecked the car because he was high as fuck.
Oh my God. He could not even keep his eyes open. He was so stoned.
He already has heavy lids anyway, but it was like he could not. I mean, he was so stoned. And then he says, though, he's like, they have a lot of problems and a lot of things are going on in his life. But despite it all, he wants to live with her.
He still wants to be with her. And I'm like, why?
How drugged up are you?
Why? Have you met her? She's abominable. Everything about her.
She's already like, I'm going to not see him. I refuse to see him, but I'm getting on that flight. And so then, y'all, she lands at this airport and she's like, well, I kind of started to miss him on the flight, but so if he's there to pick me up, then I'm gonna be nice to him because it's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, Yazan shows up, and this is again, it's like fucking.
I'm not getting her any flowers.
Yeah, you don't bring me flowers.
You don't sing me love songs.
We're on a.
You don't bring me flowers anymore. This is gay.
We're on a barbecue.
Carl, they're finally singing Barbara. Today's the day, Carl. Carl, been waiting this whole time, Carl. Carl, bring me that 7-layer dip. I want to celebrate. Please. Carl.
Shooter, get in Mama's lap.
Shooter, get in my lap. We'll celebrate.
People have been on our Facebook group all the whole week trying to figure out what kind of dog Shooter was. I think the closest thing to it, there are two options for me. I like overweight Jack Russell.
I enjoyed that.
That's pretty close. Or like Chihuahua Terrier mix, something that's not cute.
It's not. When someone said it's actually truffles, that made me laugh hysterically too. When they said it's actually truffles. But yes, truffles. Y'all, Carl's wife loves Barbra Streisand, always has.
I can see that. She has all the gold albums.
Yes.
She's wanted to see her in concert several times, but the tickets were too expensive.
And Carl, he had to work. He couldn't get off. So he had to work. So anyway, y'all,
the Shell station.
The Shell station. So she's going to refuse it. So basically, strangers in the night, Romeo and whatever you want to call it.
So I've got to ask, why didn't he text her? Why didn't she? Have you ever had an airport pickup without calling someone in the era of cell phones?
No.
Ever.
No.
That's why I call bullshit on this whole thing. I call bullshit on a lot of the story.
You thought this was fake?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if I would think it was fake. I think they are just that stupid that she's like, I'm not going to text you. And he's like, I'm not going to text her. And they totally miss each other. And then he sees her. Now, it was a little fake when he said, I saw her get into the cab.
I just feel like in any circumstance, when you fly in on a plane, you have one lifeline of the person picking you up. It's a desperate situation in a way.
Well, this is a big city, though, so it's like she feels comfortable. And she lived there for a little bit, so she probably feels comfortable grabbing an Uber and going to a hotel.
But he doesn't even know if he doesn't even know if she's coming. They haven't even talked, and she doesn't know if he's going to be there. She doesn't even know anything. And the fact that it made me furious. The fact that one text, one call could have solved all of this.
Are we really happy in this lonely game we play?
Karen Carpenter, nope. Need
We're
to do Barbara.
Lost in a masquerade. Boy, we are
flaming
faggoty tonight. So here's the deal. This
Show
is what
me faggot. Ding ding.
Y'all. What is a gay man? Alex Trebek, R.I.P.
He was a great guy.
He was a great y'all. Also, we want to give we got a sissy who's going through my health stuff, and we love her very much, and we just want to get a shout out to Claire.
Claire Parr. We love you. We love you, Fairy Rock Mother.
Fairy Rock, we love you so much. You enhance our lives so much. Y'all, if you're in the squad, give Claire Parr some love. She needs it right now. Hell, give her some money. She's got to go fund me to pay for her medical expenses too. But give her some love as well, Claire Parr. We love you very much.
Don't send her cash like you sent me cash for our anniversary.
No.
I was joking when you said that. Did not expect 20s in the mail.
It's true.
Happy when I got it though.
So oh my God, the TV paused. The TV turned on. Hold on.
Right,
oh God.
I'll finish this.
Oh God.
I'll finish this when you keep talking. So you guys, she is taking the taxi back to the hotel. We don't even he's there, he leaves. He's like, what kind of shit is this? And so he's like, what kind of silliness is this? He says, because and I kind of agree. He says silliness because she's not a serious person, y'all.
No.
This is not a serious person who is, and you can't be on the other way and be a non-serious person. Exhibit A, Ari.
No. And
he's not a serious person.
She's not. And he's kind of like,
even Tim is kind of even Cheese Stick is kind of a serious person.
Yeah. And he says, was my family right? Because I'm fighting for my family, Brittany. I feel like this is like the Jordan film version of the Joker. Like we're just seeing the like little by little tearing down of Yazan. And at the end of this, he's just going to put on a clown face and shoot people because she is driving him fucking bonkers.
And I can see him being at fault. Their communication is garbage, you guys. It's not good. Mostly, I think it's a lot of it is a language issue, but I feel like she's talking to him like her first relationship, and where they're on the same playing field, and she doesn't understand that this is a really, really difficult position that he's in. To even date a woman who is not Muslim.
Oh yeah,
right. They don't date; they marry. And I don't think she's absorbed the complete and utter. That's such a high thing to do. It's such a
Well, no, he's literally he is losing his sense of humanity, and she's just not getting dick.
Yeah. And she comes in,
that's a difference.
She's got her shirt that says tequila por favor on it. And she's flying into Jordan.
Just flying into Jordan.
I think and then he says, I hate her, but I love her. So this is why we think, you guys, this is why we think he's had sex with her. Because I think he's had a taste. That must be a magic pussy, as we said on the Patreon about Southern Charm, or not, the Southern Charm podcast. We talked about magic pussies.
He did stuff to her butt.
I think so.
Maybe not even the vagina, but like you can tell he likes her, but he did stuff to her butt, y'all.
So the next thing we see is Angela shows up.
Michael,
I know, it's our second Angela. They're in then Jordan. And they're gonna like go have they're treating it like it's Ibiza or something.
It is.
And so she's so excited, and she's like, and Brittany's like, yeah, he isn't really called. I haven't talked to him or anything, but last time I talked to him, he was in a car accident. And Angela, like a human being, says, oh, is he okay?
Is he okay? That's what I noticed too. I went, Brittany didn't do that at all.
Well, no. Angela's the smartest person in Brittany's life. Not her smiley father, who is completely an enabler. Mother, who doesn't know anything about her situation.
The mother's smart. She doesn't know anything about it. I kind of think the dad is dumb as well.
I think he's just an enabler.
But yeah, she immediately her first thought was what you would think of. Oh my God, are Angela you okay? Empathy.
Yeah, and then she even says, maybe he's going through something. Did you think about
something deeper?
That? She's like, no, he's just like being some kind of like broke ass man, and he's like a mama's boy, and he's not doing. He needs to treat me like the queen that I am. I'm like, no.
And then she also said, that's not my problem. She was like, if he's your man, it is your problem.
Yeah. And she's like, she just needs to act right. And then he calls. She takes the call. Of course, they're screaming. And they're screaming at one another because he missed her. She said she didn't see him. She went to the hotel. He's language barrier, blah, 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 blah. Screaming, fighting. It's awful.
It's awful.
And she's like, you need to act right. Then she hangs up the phone. Oh, this is so awful. It's just bad. And she's like, I'm so done. And Angela's like, this is really hard to be here.
She's like, I'm in a tornado of these. And then the next day they're going to go out. Her and Angela and Brittany are going to go out to the square. And even then Angela's like, so are you going to put something over your sheer shirt where I can see your tits and Jordan? She's like, I'm wearing my jacket. And Angela's like, okay. And then like y'all, this is what happened. Angela Googled before she went to Jordan for 2 minutes, what should a woman wear in Jordan?
Yeah, Angela covered up pretty well. And we're not to say women should be ashamed of their bodies. That's not what we're talking about. But read the room or read the country and the culture.
And we're saying women should protect themselves for their safety. And so Angela's like, okay, now
even fucking Laura from Laura and Aladdin knew not to put her chi-chis out there.
Aladdin. You always call him Aladdin.
Aladdin. Fuck.
It's not a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Even though you want to.
That's my one thing.
Even though you want to rub his magic lamp. I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, y'all. So Angela's still pushing her that she wants to see Yazan. They're walking in the street market.
They're going to the market, which is cool. It's a great market.
They're wearing the worst footwear possible to walk around a city. I mean, Brittany especially, but Angela too.
Her boobs are out. Like, not just her boobs, but her cleavage is out. And maybe it was production that made it look like this, but damn, everyone was looking at this, and a guy said, haram. Basically, you are a sin. And she's like, no, you're a sin. I'm sure he took that to heart. It's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch because it's like
she's the worst version of America. Her version of American privilege makes me sick.
It's really, really bad. And even it's just like, and now that you see that, like, I'm glad that they brought Angela, because you can tell that Angela sometimes is uncomfortable with this, and she's just like, what the fuck? And so then, y'all, it's like, then it's like they decide they're going to go to a bar and drink because they want to drink.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What the fuck was up with Brittany's makeup? Was there just no blending at all?
That was on my notes. So basically, so she didn't really have a light enough blush. Also, she didn't wear hardly any eyeliner around her eyes, so her eyes kind of looked naked. But she caked concealer on the top of her brow bone, but she didn't. It was too much. It was just too much makeup. Basically, she caked it on too much, and so it just looked really fake and plastic, and then the rest of her face looked normal.
But why was it orange right here? Because
it was the wrong color, but also too probably it's like she put on the highlighter, but then she didn't put
highlighter. Yeah, you
put on like a highlighter or concealer, y'all, but then you also put a little bit of your powder or your foundation over it to help it kind of blend in and tone down the color. But it really was just a case of she put too much makeup on. It was too much. Yeah.
It looked a little clownish to me.
No, it looked horrible. And then she had nothing around her eyes, and it looked...
Yes, that's why it looked a little dead.
It's like, remember when Ari wore in her confessional makeup without any eyeliner, and it bothered me to no end?
I just thought, I was like, why is her face orange?
You know, it basically... And so then... And I love it.
About makeup, but that's why.
Yeah, it was bad. And so they sit down at this bar, and they have kind of like... Yo, I love Angela. I really like her. I think she's a good friend. I think she's the smartest person in the room
for this episode.
But they're literally talking about this relationship, and it's like the depth of what they can fix this is they're like, we can fix this from everything we've learned from Super Soul Sunday. Whereas Yazan is snorting crude oil off of someone's ass just to try to make money. Like, that's the disparity.
We have to be better communicators. You got to build something. And you're right. And Yazan is trying to trying to cross religion and cultural boundaries, and it's never going to work. And we all know this out there. All of us observers are watching this like, this is going to end in fire.
It's going to end in fire.
And they're like, I just remember what Maya Angelou said.
That is
And
when Brittany, when you know better, you do better.
so anyway, they order rum at this bar, and of course she starts texting Yazan, and of course he's gonna come and get them.
He just literally shot battery acid in his veins to feel alive, but he thought maybe he'll come over since they're just having a nice lounging drink.
And she's all tipsy, and she's like, I'm a cheap date. I'm gonna go see my guy. So she's kind of horny and wants to see Yazan. This is gonna end so poorly.
It's really shitty of Brittany too, because y'all, the only reason Brittany brought her friend over here is because she didn't want to confront him and be. She tries to be like, I'm this strong woman. She's not. She's
Amen.
a very weak person who doesn't know how to stand up for themselves. And I know she's been through trauma, but she's bringing her friend in this just to be like her handicap or whatever.
Thank you for saying that, because you nailed exactly what it is. She is she's not confident. And even though she acts like she is, so you guys, if you meet a person who's like all like, oh, I know myself, I know I'm a powerful blah, blah, blah person.
But then they never step up and say anything or talk about what they want. There's nothing wrong with that person. They're just scared. They're just scared and not competent.
They just talk big, and they're trying to project something bigger than they are, just so they won't look weak.
And if you're that person, don't worry. When you turn 40, the fucks drop away. It gets easier.
And you know what? I was that person up until like 32. And then at 33, I realized, oh God, I don't know anything. Oh God, I don't know anything. I'm a complete and utter fraud. And then you have a life crisis. And then you slowly build yourself up to something. Because, y'all, if you're not doing work on yourself on the fucking daily, that's not really living. Sorry.
That's the truth. That's
especially in 2020. And that's why it takes, maybe it's for you, it's like meditation. Maybe it's listening to the Brene Brown Unlocking Us for me. Maybe it's like just having 10 minutes in the morning before you send your fucking kids to school.
Maybe it is Super Soul Sunday. I watched Super Soul Sunday this morning on Facebook Live.
I can't handle the preaching.
It was good. It was Michael Beckwith, the Agape guy.
Oh, I can kind of handle that stuff. I don't like it when it gets preachy.
This was good. He was talking all about, like, basically Darcy would have hated it because he basically talked about manifestation is bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
He said, we don't manifest what we need to do. He said, what we're looking for are not things. We're looking for a feeling, and we need to radiate that feeling, because when you own that feeling and whatever you're doing in life, you try to step into a feeling that you are trying to, and an emotion you are trying to encompass. You find that within yourself, and then it kind of radiates to the other things you're doing.
I think that's so true, because that is a different type of manifestation.
Yes.
It's not like I want things, so I'm going to try to manifest it. It's like that weird prosperity gospel or The Secret.
Y'all, if you bought The Secret, it's bullshit. Throw it away. It's not going to work.
There's some others that kind of are good, long-standing. Four Agreements, you can. Those are pretty good.
I like that one,
you can't argue with the Four Agreements. Mm-hmm. It's hard to argue with The Alchemist too. But you can throw away The Secret, because The Secret's all about profiting. Anyway, she's wasted. She's calling Yazan. He's coming. It's not going to go well.
No.
We'll see you next week, and it's going to be fucking garbage.
And Angela's going to have to sit in the fucking back seat of that broken down Camry.
So shall we take a commercial break, and we will see you on the other side? Y'all, this bitch just said, the camp I work for, Brave Trails, that I kind of started, they're doing a thing with Halsey. The singer Halsey?
It's Halsey, right?
It's Halsey.
Anyway.
And he cheated on her. Who's got a huge dick.
It cut out. What happened?
G-Eazy.
G-Eazy? Who's that?
He's a singer. He's a rapper.
Oh, is it a brother?
No, he's a kind of white-ish guy.
I'm not interested.
I thought not.
But you said huge dick?
It's nice.
I'm back interested.
Anyway, Halsey.
Anyway, That's the camp I co-started, Brave Trails. If you're looking for an LGBTQ camp to send your kids to or your family members, go to bravetrails.org.
And Halsley will be there.
Well, she won't be at the camp. They're doing like an Instagram event. Anyway, I was excited for them.
Yeah,
anyway.
For Halsley. Anyway, where were we? This is Jihoon and Deavan.
Jihoon!
So everything's great, guys. Everything's just perfect.
Well,
Jihoon's doing what he needs to do.
I do want to say, I want to make an addendum from last week when we talked about Deavan and Jihoon. Y'all, we forgot to add, she was shaming him about looking at porn on his phone of women. Y'all, she has an OnlyFans.
I said that last week.
I didn't remember. I
even put it in our Facebook meme, or not Facebook, our Instagram meme.
I don't pay attention.
Well, whatever I do, he never looks at it. Anytime you see PR, like on Instagram and all the memes, he never looks at them. Yeah. Anyway, you know what? I've accepted that about you.
I do before we post.
Anyway, so yeah, she's got an OnlyFans. And I'm not slut shaming or sex shaming anybody.
No, but she was.
She was.
Yeah.
And she, like Mary from Smothered, thinks that if you're jerking off to another woman, that's cheating.
It's cheating, Frank. That's cheating, Frank.
Well, I did not know. I was at a strip club, and I was a stripper, and I promptly vomited on her shoes, and I was sent home, and then I promptly watched a pornographic film that I believe was called Two Girls, Two Cups from Tucson, and I promptly masturbated, jerked off, and my computer is still sticky.
Frank, you know I don't like Tucson. You know where that's at, where I ate that bad shrimp. Bad shrimp because they didn't have the crab cake.
I miss that show. I hate you for saying this. I miss that show so much. And I will say you were right to do it. I was grossed out completely. I'm still it was still really hard for me to watch Sarah and Lori. That triggered me in a way that was really hard to watch. Did you just stamp a bug?
Yeah, I had to move my chair. They were kind of sad. I haven't seen any episodes of Mama's Boy yet. We're going to. Y'all, a little announcement about that is we said we're going to do that as a Bi-Curious episode. And our Bi-Curious episodes normally go up the first week.
They go up the first week. We didn't put one out last week because it was just, we thought we were going to do that this week. We've
got a new thing. We've got a crossover this week. And honestly, it was stuff with my dad. He's back in the hospital. We're kind of juggling stuff. So just so you know, we will do the Bi-Curious this month, but just give us some grace. We're kind of juggling a lot of things right now. So we'll get that to you.
I'm juggling a lot of balls right now. A lot of balls in the air.
We are.
Maybe
but
check with me on Wednesday. I'll let you know how many balls I juggle.
Y'all, if you hear that's Poodle getting fucked on Wednesday.
If you see just like a mushroom cloud go up over the West Coast in the western sky, if you see a mushroom cloud, you'll know what it is. Then you hear a mushroom cloud and you go, get out.
If you want, you can get it while I'm cooking in my kitchen. The bedroom's right.
No, we're not. Aunt Diane, no one invited you.
Yeah. Come here, little Dylan. I want to check that ass, and I want you. My labia is ready.
Okay, he is too close to porn granny, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Come here, dear. Oh, yeah.
No, you know what? Guess what? We're not going to have her anymore because I don't think we're going to see much more of her, which I'm very happy about.
Does she die?
No, I just don't think we're going to see that storyline.
Not much more, no. Y'all, we're talking about Love After Lockup. Heather and Dylan.
Which I would never, ever want to see again.
Heather and Dylan are crazy, and Heather's aunt with oxygen wants to fuck her boyfriend. It's pretty classic. Anyway,
it's something.
Deavan and Jihoon. So yeah, they're doing good.
Perfect. Everything's blah blah blah, and then we find out
But we
pregnant.
should say trigger warning,
warning.
pregnancy, but we're also going to be talking about
Trigger
losing
warning,
baby.
pregnant again, and then the same breath they tell us that she lost the baby.
Yeah.
So they had a miscarriage, and so this is terrible for any couple, you guys.
Yeah.
As you well know, but Devin's pretty devastated, as you would imagine.
And so is Jihoon. And I'm glad that they showed that because I don't know. I've had some people were like, they act like it's not as devastating for the father. And I'm like, fuck you. Yes, it is. It's devastating to both parents.
You have to mourn the loss of that. Just because you've not just the fact that it's a baby, you have to mourn the loss of the anticipation that you created.
Yeah.
And the life that you've kind of created for that child. So
because they were scared at first, but then they got really excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's necessary to do when you have that. Because my mom, before me, I think I was like, my mom had 2 miscarriages before me.
Mine too.
Me too. So, well, you were the second baby.
My mom had 2 before my brother, actually, and then she had my brother and me. So anyway, really, and as my mother said,
that was the best one that came along. Oh
Jesus! As my mother said, you're never going to forget that baby, and I said, yeah, Mom, I bet that's really hard. Even when we'd have dinner and we'd have a little extra, I think my baby could have had that.
No, she did not say
she
that.
still thinks about it. And it sounds that's really a Southern story to say that. But I think what that points out is that this isn't something that goes away, that sticks with you forever. So anyway, but what the beauty I think that came out of this is something we never anticipated, was kind of just the wonderful humanity of Jihoon's mom.
And Jihoon has been great with her. She's like, it sucks. I'll try. He says, I'll help you. I'll help you feel better. And then they're like, Devan even says, we're not about the petty fights anymore. So,
which is good. And so they're kind of, by the way, Taeyong is so fucking cute in this video.
I'm telling y'all, he and Pierre are the Mount Olympus of 90 Day Babies. They're so cute. I don't know.
Very cute.
Although I will say, Asuelu and Kalani's kids are really fucking cute too.
They're real cute. There's a lot of, and you know what? I know you've done, but I have to tell you, Alexi,
the baby's getting a lot cuter. He's got a way to go, but it's okay.
Cute. Did you see the Instagram video of Alexi?
Oh, yes. When his foot is up on the sink and you can see his cheek and his basket bouncing.
And he's eating, y'all. There is just, that man is sexy.
I'm not really as into him as a lot of people are, but I would.
That is such fucking bullshit. You have literally said, I wish I could, I don't want to edit anymore, but I would pull the clips of you talking about sitting on his face and twirling.
That nose in your ass, that like long nose. Oh, sit and spin. That's what I'd like.
There we are.
Oh yeah, but the funniest thing about there's something about his body that I would, because it's all lanky and it would just feel like stiff rope. When you grab onto it.
He's like a hot Ichabod Crane. Ichabod, who you fuck? Ichabod, here's my bud.
Ichabod Crane.
Boom, 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 boom.
Scary Disney short, by the way.
It was. I just watched it this Halloween.
I did not watch it. I usually watch all of those, and I didn't watch it.
They're all on Disney Plus. They had a Halloween series.
I need to watch it. And the guy who was kind of like Gaston, who I kind of wanted to fuck. What was his name?
Brom Bone.
Brom Bone. Talk like this.
Yeah.
Y'all, every gay guy wanted to fuck Brom Bones.
That song was, if you're walking out in the crowded air, who am I?
If you wanted if you were as a boy, if you were a boy and said, "Why is Brom Bones intriguing to me?" You're gay.
You're gay.
And if you were a woman, you're a dick pig.
You're a dick. Yeah, if you're a woman, you a dick pig.
You're a dick pig, girl.
Well, Brom Bone in the movie was played by Casper Van Dien.
What? Oh, was he? I never
Yeah.
saw the movie.
It was okay. It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wasn't it Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
So Jihoon's mom, she comes over, and I mean, not a lot happens per se because they can't really talk. But she
It's
takes.
sweet, though. They try.
It's really sweet, very, very sweet.
They go to the Modern History Museum, and Devin's like, Jihoon's mom says, Mama Jihoon says, I kind of wanted this one-on-one time to show her that we do love her in this time. And she's our daughter-in-law, and she's a part of our family. And I thought, what a fucking cool museum. It kind of reminded me of like folklore museums that you see.
Yeah. By the way, Jihoon's hair is combed to the side, and he looks really hot.
He looks cute.
Yeah, I like it.
He looks cuter than he normally does. So we got into the kind of the Modern History Museum. Did you hear that?
No.
You really missed all that.
Yeah.
So they're going to the Modern History Museum, and it's kind of like a folklore museum.
I loved it.
And I love folklore museums. If you can go to one of those, it just shows like folk art. It shows how people used to live. We have a bunch of them in the South.
They have one in Ardmore, the Carter County Museum. They have a log cabin that you can see that was on the Oklahoma property. And then I said to the woman, because we went and saw everything, I said, because Ardmore was originally founded by Jewish people, the Dobbies and the Newstats. And I said, I've heard that Ardmore has a deep history that were originally founded by Jews seeking kind of making their own town. And she said,
we don't know anything about that here. We started here with Jesus.
And this bitch works at the museum.
Worked at the museum.
I was like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Honey, ixnay on the UJs.
Yeah. Ixnay on the always. Okay. By the way, and y'all, we should say this. We noticed this is not a political thing. I mean, it is, but we just sang it on the show. Yes, the president-elect did quote a Catholic hymn that we have sang on this show, and we noticed
he
it.
will lift you up on eagle's wings.
And we sang it.
Great song.
It's probably my favorite hymn.
It's my favorite Catholic hymn because it's like the one good one.
I sang it with him when he did it. So anyway, yes, that
it's nice for you to have something you like.
If you heard that, you're like, how do I know those words? And then the president-elect is saying it. How do I know
I'm Pentecostal. How do I know
that? Oh, those two Marys. I would like to. Come at us if you're a Pentecostal listening to this show.
Yeah. Carl's wife is Baptist, almost certainly.
Oh,
and
certainly.
she knows Eagle's Wings from us.
Yes.
Almost certainly.
It's true.
So they're loving this is such a cool museum. It's got all kinds of artifacts. She
doesn't watch politics because they were doing the holiday Today's Special Value on QVC. She had to see that.
She loves it.
She loves her QVC host. They're her friends.
So the mom is like having fun. Mom's acting a fool. I love it. She's like squatting and peeing. I will say she was like, in China, that is the thing. Like if you will have bathrooms and you'll have Western bathrooms. And if you go to like, let's say a concert hall, and you'll see a bunch of stalls and you will go in there and there will just be a hole. And mostly you'll just squat over it.
Is it a flushing hole or is it just a hole?
It flushes. No,
well, it's
like a porcelain
and everything.
It's like a porcelain thing, but you just don't sit on it. Like a toilet for America, you sit on it. And the Chinese decided
because that's in your nature to sit on it.
I know. And the Chinese decided we don't need to sit. We can squat. It's fine.
I kind of like because really, that's why people buy squatty potties because honestly, your body's natural chemistry. It's much easier to poop than to squat.
We're just not used to it. We want to have a luxurious poop in America and a lot of other countries.
I kind of like it. You get your leg workout still.
I never pooped in a non-Western toilet, I must say, the entire time I was there.
I would have tried it. I would have wanted to experience it.
Come on.
What?
I don't know if you would want to experience it if you had to bring your own toilet paper, which is what you had to do a lot.
Do they not have bidets?
You did, but only in really nice places. But no, you would have to bring your own toilet paper. Well, it's less the looms off the rose, isn't it? Especially for you, who's so sensitive about his butthole.
Hey, stuff happens there. It's got to be good.
I know. I'm very sensitive about mine as well. So
y'all, if you don't know how much work it takes to be a bottom, I posted a video of this dumb twink on our Facebook group who does like porn. But I
saw that she was so stupid.
She's so stupid. And YouTube though said it was one of my suggestions, and I laughed so hard at that idiot. Bless her heart.
I had to look her up. She mostly does like sports themed OnlyFans videos where she jerks off.
Not my type at all.
No.
Has a nice penis.
If you listen to her for just a minute, you're like, "Oh, you're an idiot."
Oh, and he's like, "Oh, okay. So this I have to tell you what changed my life." And then he holds up and he's like, "A shower douche."
And I'm like, "That changed your life?"
Well,
I thought he was going to say Amway.
Yeah, Amway. I love that. Wow, we just dated
ourselves. Or Arbonne.
You just did something. An Amway joke. That's like from 1940. Wow. But I love that one of the sissies, just like the 20 comments down, just said, "When's someone going to tell him it's called an enema?"
Y'all, for guys, if you're going to have a guy put something up your butt, you need to clean that area.
Yeah,
for ladies, if you're going to have anal sex, it's good to clean out that area.
But he did too much. He's taken away all of his gut bacteria.
That's
you
true.
got to be careful about that. That's how you can get HIV, y'all.
Jesus.
You can. If you clean out your gut bacteria too much, then you don't have anything to fight STIs.
I kind of agree with that, but that is a little non-Western medicine that you're talking about. So I just don't want to.
I'm just saying, I want someone to leave a review on Apple Podcasts on this.
Says I didn't get HIV. Thanks.
But on this episode today, the guys talked about Ichabod Crane, douching,
and gut bacteria, so you don't get HIV.
And Barbra Streisand.
In general, you should be if you're having anal sex consistently as a male or woman. Male or female, you should be on PrEP. Just honestly.
And sponsored by PrEP.
Sponsored by Truvada.
Truvada.
If this is everything, Truvada for PrEP.
For PrEP. So
if you sponsored me, Truvada, or there's another one, Descovy is the other.
I think if I ever had said I'd had to do Descovia because y'all talk to your doctor. Because when I was single, I started to get on PrEP, and it gives you kidney stones, and I've had kidney stones.
Yeah, I haven't had the problem, so my doctor suggested said Descovy is a decent option because I'm on PrEP. So
where the fuck are we? Let's just
I don't know.
End this. Or talk
anyway, Mama Jihoon is pooping in a hole.
Pooping in a hole. She's jumping on little figurines.
And they basically have this nice thing at the end saying, "I'm so glad I will support you in anything you do. You know, I think you're courageous, Deavan, blah, blah, blah." Basically, they're having a good time.
She said, if you'll be patient, good things will happen.
And then they hug. And you guys, it's so shitty knowing that Devan's going to accuse them of abusing Drusilla after all.
It really is. Yeah. Somebody said, "Oh, I kind of like Deavan this episode." And I was like, just wait. I feel for anyone who loses a baby. But you know what I realized? And it was like when she tried to hug Deavan and Deavan kind of froze. Devan's got, and come on, look at her mother. Devan's got big time trauma of being able to trust people and love people and have people love her. Big time.
Yeah. I don't know if that's from her, actually,
I don't know what
itself.
it is.
I don't know what it's
Something happened on
But
the
it's
way to
bad.
heaven.
Something happened on the way to heaven. Y'all, we're gonna call it there.
My life has just begun. I finally found someone.
More Barbara. Love, soft as an easy chair.
So, y'all, that we are going to pause it there because we went long and we still have got to talk about. We got a little bit of Jenny and Sumit. We're talking about our first kind of corona. We're getting into that, a little bit of COVID.
Yeah. And I will give you a teaser of Sumit saying, I have diabetes, and Jenny, she's old.
She's old. Bitch is old.
What do you mean? I'm not old, Sumit. I'm a chicken.
And we've got Ari and Biniam.
And that's gonna be a long one, y'all. And we've been giving Ari a little bit of latitude this last because the postpartum is strong in that one. But damn, I think the crew just hates her.
I don't really like either of them.
Huh?
I don't really like either of them.
But honestly, the producing and the storytelling for her is not good.
Well, it's hard because
hate her.
I do think she has postpartum depression, and I normally would feel just empathetic for her. But y'all, you have to remember, she was an asshole before she had the baby too. So it's not just the postpartum.
That is the fucking truth.
So,
she was a dick before she had that baby.
I will give her the grace that she has probably some postpartum confusion, but she was still a dick.
I've got to say, y'all, and this is just a preview. If you're ever dating me and you grab my phone out of my fucking hands, you need to get out of my fucking house.
Oh God.
That triggered me at like shit, and I'll tell you a story next episode about that.
A tease. And then lastly, we're gonna have Tim and Melissa because Mama's coming to Colombia.
Mama Robin. I'm so bored, but
I am too, and that's why we probably won't talk about them very long. So we got to save all the other people so we have a decent
Tim and
amount of
Melissa
show.
and Mother Ann Dowd.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, y'all find us on Instagram.
For now, at 90 Day Gaze.
Come at us on Cameo. We are at Jake It or Fake It for me, and at the Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R's. I'm reading all kinds of Southern letters these days.
But you come at us on Sweet Tea so you can get all the Southern Charm gossip. And y'all, and if you're not on the Gatreon,
things are heating up. We got Plathville. Y'all, Hulu has everything for Plathville. 6 episodes, and it is engrossing, and you would not be able to stop watching Moriah, and especially Olivia, Ethan's wife. You will not be able to watch
6 episodes of episode 1. We should clarify
season 1
to catch up on. We're starting with season 2, which I think is going to be 10 or 13 episodes. It's going to be our next binge.
I hope it's 10.
So anyway, y'all, so that's what's going to be going on there. And last but not least, you guys, whether you listen to this or to Sweet Tea, nothing makes Poodle happier than a 5-star review.
And a little bit of comment that says, keep going, Queens.
It means the most to us when you say that. We appreciate y'all. A lot of you have reached out to us and said that it's been a tough year, a rough year. You were having anxiety no matter what side you were on, and that we helped quell that anxiety.
And it's over now. So
and come at us in our Facebook group, the Sissy Squad. As Poodle says, we have fun in there. It's a fun supportive group. We also have tons. It's really we don't control them, but we have tons of different subgroups. We have a sober sissies,
an accountability group. We have a DP for DPs, Democratic Party for dick pigs. We have all kinds. We have a
crafty, a sissies.
There's a crafting
group.
There's a true crime sissies group.
True crime. So there's now, granted, they have nothing to do with us. If they burn their house down, we don't moderate it. Jackie Weissman, Den Mother Jackie is doing enough. She only handles our Sissy Squad with Chris and Andrea. But be sure to jump into those if you need to get some support.
And I've got to give a shout out to all our moderators. This last week, especially the last 4 days, y'all, we don't allow political posts in the Sissy Squad itself. And I know that's hard when politics is running our fucking lives. And thank you to the moderators, Jackie Weissman,
Andrea Simpson and Chris Sanchez for going above and beyond what they needed to do.
Truly,
and we could not do it without them. We literally, it'd be impossible.
Those three and Christina and Patrick. That's our
Christina
sissy
De
team.
Leon,
Yes.
our meme mistress.
Our meme.
That's
mistress.
what I'm going to call her. She's a meme mistress.
She's a meme mistress. And on that
Patrick,
note,
our hot tech person.
who we got to email, but he had a baby, so we got to. He's got to change it.
That's the thing to do for Corona, y'all.
Have that baby, y'all. We call these people lonely hearts, Poodle, because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love?
Yes. And if you want vanity braces, y'all just need to call us.